Time for today's business news, and for that I'm joined in the studio by Catherine Bennett. Hello, Catherine, and you're going to be starting off with the latest action in cryptocurrency. What's moving there?
Well, the question is what's moving, or perhaps it should be who's moving markets. And the answer to that is, of course, Elon Musk. Crypto markets are at this stage more or less pinned to what he says. And this week, he's certainly taken them on a bit of a roller coaster. Bitcoin started Friday, trading near its lowest point in more than 2 months, and it's heading for its worst week since February. Whereas the joke cryptocurrency Dogecoin has leapt up by a fifth. Now, Bitcoin has since recovered to trade just above $50,000. Dogecoin is currently up around 52 cents, down from an earlier high of 56 cents. Now, these swings are linked to comments Musk made on Wednesday when he said that Tesla would stop accepting payment in Bitcoin because of environmental concerns. Then on Thursday, he sent Dogecoin sky high with the tweet that we just saw there, saying that he was working with developers to improve efficiency. Now, Dogecoin is a cryptocurrency that started life as a joke. It's based on an online meme. And even as recently as December 2020, Dogecoin was almost worthless. But this year, its value has soared, catapulting it to become the fourth largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Major crypto exchanges are starting to take notice. Coinbase has said that it will start offering trading in Dogecoin within 6 to 8 weeks. Coinbase is the US's #1 public cryptocurrency exchange, so that will have a further effect of legitimizing the cryptocurrency. Well, the travel industry is expecting strong growth this year, with people starting to book their summer holidays. Airbnb's chief executive says that we're facing the travel rebound of the century. The value of bookings through Airbnb has jumped 52%, and that's because holidaymakers are paying more for bigger and more isolated properties to get away from the crowds. The company also said that bookings in the UK and France surged after governments there announced their plans to ease lockdowns. Airbnb's quarterly revenue of $887 million was up 5% on last year. That's higher than expected. However, the pandemic has still pinched. The company also posted a first quarter net loss of $1.8 billion. That's significantly more than was forecast. Amazon said on Friday that it would create another 10,000 jobs in Britain. Now, that's equivalent to more than 1/5 of its UK workforce. The UK government welcomed the news, with the business secretary calling it a huge vote of confidence in the British economy. It comes a day after Amazon said that it would hire an extra 75,000 new employees in the US and also offer bonuses to new employees if they've been vaccinated. A number of American companies are struggling to hire enough workers as social distancing starts to wind down and workplaces get moving again. Alongside these hiring sprees, McDonald's is one company offering a pay rise to its staff to try and fill vacant shifts. Andrew Hilliard has this report on the businesses trying to lure people back to the workplace.
A hiring spree from one of the world's largest online retailers. Amazon's decision to hire another 75,000 employees comes as demand continues to soar. But it won't be easy getting that many new recruits on the payroll. As the US economy bounces back, analysts saying labour is drying up. To lure new staff, the company has recently introduced pay rises and a bonus for employees who get vaccinated.
So we're now in an environment where employers are asking themselves the question, do we need to pay more or make other adjustments to bring employees onto our payrolls? And I think that there is going to be more of this in the future, where wages are going to increase in many cases because essentially employers have no other choice.
Amazon isn't the only company raising pay and conditions to attract new workers. McDonald's has also announced that it will hire an extra 10,000 staff, whilst lifting hourly wages for more than 30,000 workers by around 10% to face off a labour crunch. Those changes won't apply to its franchise restaurants, which account for nearly half of the chain's revenues. But those headline figures hide a grim reality that the US comeback is far from finished. Nearly 10 million Americans are still unemployed, a far cry from the 5.7 million who were out of work before the start of the pandemic in February last year. Still, encouraging signs in the labour market are continuing to emerge. Last week, the number of Americans seeking unemployment benefits fell to below 500,000, a new pandemic low.
Now for a quick look at what's happening in the stock market at the end of the week. Europe this morning opened on a high and continued to edge higher throughout Friday trading, with the FTSE and the DAX both up 0.75% and the CAC 40 climbing a little higher. US stocks bounced overnight, and that's given Asian markets a spring in their step. The Nikkei jumped 2 1/3%. The Shanghai Composite was also up over 1 3/4%, and the Hang Seng Index and the Kospi advanced around 1%. Now, lastly from me, a quick look back at a story that made headlines earlier this week. That's the cyber attack on Colonial Pipeline, a US firm that supplies 45% of fuel to the east coast of America. Well, it's now come to light that Colonial Pipeline paid around 75 Bitcoin, that's nearly $5 million, in ransom to the hackers within hours of the attack. The hackers then gave them a decrypting tool so that they could get their computer network back online. It solved the problem, but perhaps creates a new one. It could encourage other criminal groups to launch cyber attacks in order to get a payout. Well, that wraps up business from me.
Thank you, Catherine. It's very interesting about those cyber attacks, and obviously a big concern for multinationals and governments alike.
Absolutely.
And that's it for this edition. I'll be back after a short break. Do stay with us here on France 24.